So we have another number, 13. This one has a dollar sign. So I was in my office having a conversation, and a gentleman walked in and he said, "Scott, I have a problem." And I said, "Okay, how can we help?" He said, "Well, my name is Bo Pollock, and I'm the chairman and CEO of Trio Electric, and we're located here in Spring Branch." And he said, I cannot find high-quality employees. And I've done everything I can to find really great people to work for my organization, but I can't find them. And I need some help. I need somebody to partner with me to help grow some folks. And so I said, let's talk about this and unpack it. He said, "Well, here's what I'm thinking. If we could maybe work with you and you could help us develop some employees for me, and maybe we could bring some other people to the table, and maybe we could teach some classes at the high school level." And so we had some really good ideas, and so we thought about it and talked about it, and today this program has blossomed into something that is life-changing for a group of kids. So as they're on their way down here, we started, along with Trio Electric and Spring Branch ISD and Houston Community College, our Trio Electric program. And the kids that are walking in right now embody this program. And so we said, what if we could identify a group of kids during their sophomore year in high school, and let's talk to every high school in the district, and let's market this opportunity. And so we visited every high school in Spring Branch and told them about this opportunity to come and spend some time and learn about electricity, learn about engineering, learn what opportunities might await you in this field. And so we had well over 50 kids interested in this opportunity, but we said, let's take 50 this first year. And so we brought 50 kids aboard, and they started their junior year taking courses, and they take these classes in engineering and electronics, in electricity at the Guthrie Center. There's a pretty amazing teacher sitting over here, and we found him who is an expert in the field. And so, in fact, if you talk to this teacher, he is not only appreciated by his students because of his relationship with them, but he's appreciated because of his skill set. And so we pulled him right off the job and pulled him into the classroom. And so he spent the last year teaching these kids. And this summer, and their uniforms may look a little dirty because they're working. And they're making $13 an hour. And so when we brought these kids together last year, and we asked them a question before they ever started this program. Hey, next summer you're going to be making $13 an hour. How many of you, as you make $13 an hour, are going to make more potentially than your parents are making today? And many of these kids raised their hand and said, yes, next summer when I make $13 an hour, I'm going to be making more than my mom and dad make today. And so this opportunity doesn't end there. It doesn't end with a summer internship, it continues. So these kids will return as seniors this year. They'll return to their high schools, and they'll go back and they'll have the same experience with this teacher, and they'll continue to learn their craft. And they'll graduate from high school next year. Not just with a high school diploma, but these kids are going to graduate with a job at Trio Electric. And because of our relationship with Houston Community College, a certification from Houston Community College in addition to that job. And there's a certification in the state of Texas called the Journeyman Certification. And the CEO of Trio Electric has said, I will continue to offer that. I will teach you courses after you graduate from high school so that you can become journeymen and licensed electricians in the state of Texas if you come and work for me. And that $13 an hour that you were making? It's going to change. And it'll be a bit higher than $13 an hour. And so that's the power of a local CEO who owns a business who says, I want to partner with Spring Branch ISD, and I want to partner with our local community college to make things happen for the kids in our community. And this year we'll have 50 more. So there'll be over 100 kids in the TRIO program as we start. Today we have two special guests with us. And these special guests indicate the importance of not only this program for our kids in Spring Branch, but in the state of Texas, how this opportunity can create life-changing opportunities for the kids that you see and beyond. So I'd like to ask the Chancellor for Houston Community College, Chancellor Maldonado, to join me on the stage. And I would also like to ask the Commissioner of Labor for the state of Texas, Commissioner Alvarez, to join me on stage. First, Chancellor Maldonado, I thank you on behalf of our school system, our Board of Trustees, but most importantly, these students for the relationship that we have with you. I appreciate that on their behalf. And I would like to ask you a question this morning. Who is Houston Community College? What do you do in this city of Houston? And why is this type of relationship so important to not only these students, but to our city?
Good morning. First of all, this is awesome. It's a privilege to be here. The lights over here are a little hypnotizing as I was sitting over here. The excitement here is just, it makes me excited to be part of the ecosystem that includes Spring Branch Independent School District. What you do here is hugely important to HCC, to higher education, not only in our area but across the state, because your students go everywhere. It's hugely important to the businesses, as we heard with Trio Electric. It's important to the economy of the area, to the global footprint that Houston has and that Texas has, and in fact, it's important to national security. It all starts right here with your school district. It's a privilege to be your community college. Education of the 21st century can no longer be done by one siloed organization. It's about partnership, it's about ideation, innovation, and then integration. What we're doing with Spring Branch, not only the TRIO program, which we're very proud of, we are delivering dual credit courses, accelerating the success of the students that come through your district. That's what 21st century education is about. Smaller chunks, high-performing students accelerating through the system. It's different than when I went to college. The opportunities are unbound. The technology is pushing all of us to innovate quicker and be more responsive to the students. We saw an example of that today when the mics didn't work. We didn't give up. We kept switching. Technology has challenges, but because of your work, we have a feeder path for students that allows us to take them and move them forward to student success, wherever they want to go, whether it's a university or whether it's into the workforce with the right certifications. We are your community college. Please expect excellence from us. Demand excellence from Houston Community College, because we are your community college, and you guys are great partners. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Commissioner, talk to us about the value of this type of relationship. This may be unusual across the state of Texas, but why is this important to not only the city of Houston, but to the great state of Texas?
Thank you for allowing me to be here. I couldn't have asked for a better way to spend my Friday than to be here in Spring Branch ISD, let me tell you. Two things. First of all, I was honored to be asked to attend here and to be guest of Trio Electric, and also my good friend Cesar Maldonado, who, by the way, is from the same hometown as I am. We are from the same hometown and was a school board member in Harlingen. Ladies and gentlemen, and I was on the advisory committee for Teach for America, so there's a lot of things in common. Ladies and gentlemen, technology is changing every day. These individuals that you see in front of you today wearing these hard hats and these vests, let me tell you, nothing gives me more pride than to see a young individual like this wearing their uniform for work. I love it. I love to see Texans hard at work. Love it. Yes. What I ask you is to continue to support these types of models. What Joe Kalunda has done, Abby with his office, what these people have done have certainly, it's a model that needs to be replicated in other parts of the state. I was just in Chicago, Washington, and I'll be in Boston, where we're talking exactly about what you all are doing here. Putting these young individuals to work, letting them to receive those certifications they need. By the way, industry recognized certifications, stackable certifications. Thanks to you, every one of you in here, and especially those that have put this training model in place, are following the governor's tri-agency report. Many of you that have seen this is the charge that not only workforce, but also TEA and higher ed, where 25 to 34-year-olds need to have some type of certification. Ladies and gentlemen, we just experienced one of the worst natural disasters this country has ever seen. Worse. But yet Houston continues to thrive and to be strong, with a lower unemployment average than not only the state, but the country. That's amazing. But it was because of people like you, people like you that have always been proactive. Now, this might be my first visit to this Coliseum, but many of us around the state know all the great things that you all are doing. It was no surprise that folks like Bo Pollock and his team were able to put something like this together. Because of what you've done here, as I referenced earlier, this model is being replicated in other parts of the state. Austin and other parts, where they're excited to have employers. You see, what you've done here at Spring Branch is different. You've listened to your customers being industry. Industry, as referenced earlier in your remarks about partnering with industry is key to the future of this great state of ours. It's because of people like you we continue to keep Texas as the 10th largest economy, not only in the country, but in the world. In the world. Yes. U.S. teachers continue to promote those areas. Remember young adults that go to community colleges and technical schools. Remember this. These are not alternatives for these young men and women. These are options. Technology, as I referenced earlier, is changing every day. As I walked in, many of you have watches that you're counting your steps on. Many of you are ordering movies from a red box. What happened to the good old days when my emoji for call me back was this? And by the way, what is an emoji? Ladies and gentlemen, these people are being trained where besides not having to knock down a wall, they can literally, by putting on the technology, they can see where the beams are and where the damage is and where wires are bad. That's technology. Thank you for what you do for this great state of Texas. Thank you for continuing to inspire minds and shaping lives. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. We appreciate your partnership. Thank you, Trio Electric, for this incredible opportunity for kids. Ladies and gentlemen, we're changing their lives. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.